Hi folks, Joseph Kursky here with you to talk about one of the easiest ways that I have found in my many years of teaching and working with students, faculty, and others, general public, the easiest way to explain geospatial technology or geographic information systems. Break it up into the G, the I, and the S. The G, maps, the I, the information part, and the S, system. Now consider the three parts of GIS. The G is the map. It could be 2D or 3D, or even 4D, including the temporal component. It can contain different base maps and one or many layers. The I is the information, or table or spreadsheet, behind the map. The tabular data, along with the topological relationships, are what gives GIS its power. GIS is not just graphics floating around in cyberspace. It has intelligence that allows you to make wise decisions based upon it. The S systems part links the G and the I together. The map always works with the table and vice versa. Consider the following example. Choose a place that is meaningful to you. Enter a latitude, longitude, title, your ranking of the scenery of that place from 1 to 10, a description, and a photo URL if you have such a thing and if you want to include it. You are entering the I part of GIS. Wait a few minutes and that point with the attributes will appear on the ArcGIS online web map below the spreadsheet. So I've got this spreadsheet here with some entries in it. And so I can put here, hey, the latitude and the longitude. I'm going to put in 30 latitude and minus 92.0 for the longitude because I was in the Western Hemisphere. Among the sugar cane fields. Okay. The scenic ranking, I'm going to give it a pretty high ranking of a 7. This is Southern Louisiana, USA. Okay. My photo of that place is actually right here. I'm going to copy the image address. I'm going to go back to my spreadsheet and put it right here. So I am entering this data into a spreadsheet. It's a Google Sheet. I've got the procedures to link Google Sheets to ArcGIS Online. If you really want to look at that and do this yourself, that would be great. It's very powerful to be able to do this because you can crowdsource it, right? All your students can do the same thing. They can be adding their content and then you can see the results in a GIS. And in this case, ArcGIS Online. So right now I'm going to map the spreadsheet and I'm going to look at the points that I have in here at the moment. Notice I don't have anything in Southern Louisiana. I've got some other points that I and others have entered with photographs at each one of those locations. Okay, very nice at each one of these. Okay, look at that, beautiful landscape. Okay, let's go to that spreadsheet again. Say, okay, that looks good. That looks good. Now I've refreshed the web map. It took about 30 to 45 seconds before that point appeared, and now I've got that point in Southern Louisiana. I'm going to dock that right here. This place named Among the Sugarcane Fields is located at 30 latitude and 92 west longitude. The user gave it a scenic ranking of 7 out of 10, and the description is Southern Louisiana, USA. That's all pulled from the spreadsheet. And I've got a pop-up that populates based on those fields. If you want to learn more about pop-ups, there's plenty of tutorials there. So I've got the photograph now here. But the point of the lesson is that the G part is linked to the I and the S in GIS. So now back on this, I've got this spreadsheet. I can even interact with it here. And as I do so, I'm going to need to refresh this whole page, right? Because that map is pulling from an older version of this page. But now if I go there, notice I've got that point in Southern Louisiana. So you could do this for any point on the Earth's surface. I would do latitude, longitude rather than relying on street addresses because of the inconsistencies, and not every place has a street address, including this sugarcane field in Louisiana. So back on my essay, the instructor, you could use the story map that I've got right here tied to the spreadsheet in a discussion with the students. Students, choose a place that's meaningful to you, enter the following information that we've just done, and the instructor and the student can then interact with the map and see if and how the newly entered point appears with its attributes, as we've just demonstrated. If the point entered is in error, such as not including a negative sign for Western Hemisphere longitudes, or if numbers to the right of the decimal are rounded or ignored, or if an N or W was included in the latitude-longitude coordinates, those examples will be not mapped or mapped in the wrong location, and they can also be helpful teaching tools, instructional moments. For the instructions on how to actually do this, this is from my wonderful colleague Tom Baker, mapping data from a Google Sheet. So this is how you do that. And I would encourage you to dig into that if you want to set this up exactly how I did it. Or you can use mine. You can use mine, which is a blog essay on the ESRI community blog called Teaching GIS as a Combination of its letters, G, I, and S. There are other ways to do this, but I think this is one of the most effective ways to get really across in an active learning mode. And it only takes 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You could extend it to a half of a class period if you wanted to, talking about the G part, the I part, and the S part of GIS. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. Thanks.